Hello, it's me again. It's time for me to make a video or something of that sort. Let's see what we have today. Oh yeah, I guess I'll review the game Bulk Slash. Bulk Slash is a game from 1997 made by Hudson and released for the Sega Saturn. It's a mech game and has anime girls in it. That's all the motivation I needed to play it. Now let's start the review. Bulk Slash starts with this bold and confident title screen with music blazing, getting you revved up to start the game. Bulk Slash is a third-person shooting mech game that allows you to shoot things, fly, and walk. But it's not just a generic mech game, it's so much more than that. It controls so well with the D-pad controlling forward, backwards, and strafing. The triggers control left and right movement. And if this doesn't sound good, you can always change it. This is really nice. Shooting the gun is also really nice when flying and on the ground. Bulk Slash has a few elements that set it out from others in its genre, such as the fact you can get a different anime girl to be your navigator. Every stage has an objective, and every stage has an anime waifu that you can swap your current anime waifu with. But you can't go back to a stage once you complete it, so you're just kind of stuck with that other anime waifu. There will be an arrow that will guide you to where you need to go, so even if this game is Japanese only, you can still get through it. The stages seamlessly combine flying, walking, and shooting. And one has an advantage compared to the other. You'll be more safe in the sky, and that's where you do boss battles, but on the ground you can get a better score by chaining explosions. You can also get different guns from enemies on the ground, and it's really fun, but you can't shoot them in the sky. You also slowly fill a gauge that allows you to use bombs while walking, and missiles that home on things in the sky. It's also just so fun to watch the destruction. The first two levels are similar, but the game branches out to different things, like where you can destroy starships, defend a starship, and then you collect blue things and go from floor to floor. There are also bullet sponges in each level known as bosses, which are really fun to beat up. You may have noticed this game only has 7 levels, but that should not be a reason to skip out on this wonderful game. You can complete the game one time and be done, but that's missing out on the experience of Bulk Slash. At the end of the game, you get scored on time and other stuff, and depending on the anime girl you complete the game with, you unlock different bonuses, and the better the score, the more bonuses you get. You may also see that the ending, after each ending, you can now start the game with the anime girl, and they're leveled up in like love or something, I don't know. This makes you want to play the game over and over again to get better scores and get different endings. To get the endings which the generic protagonist gets with the ladies, you have to fully level them up or something like that. I don't know, I don't know Japanese. But playing the game over and over may feel like it's draining and not going to be fun. But it is. Doing this truly lets you love the game's mechanics and lets you experiment with flying around and walking, and lets you fulfill your desires and looking at weird signs and looking at water. This is a really wonderful and fleshed out game. It also gives you a sense of fulfillment once completed, leading to a very wonderful gameplay experience. The visuals also look wonderful for a Saturn game. The overall presentation is very nice, it's aged like fine wine. The characters are 2D animated, and the mech you control is a 2D sprite, but the 3D models and the stages don't look bad in this game at all. The stages are all bright and look like an anime, with the second stage looking the best, with cute little details sprinkled out. It looks like a stage from Cyberpunk. The music gets really upbeat to pump you up once you have one objective left, and it pumps you up right before the boss. The bosses are also really well designed, and look like they have a lot of thought put in them. The anime cutscenes are also nice, but to save space they use the internal Saturn chip to make music, and it sounds very nice instead of them using CD audio, making this a bit different than other Saturn game OSTs, and making room for more dialogue, unlike Burning Ranger's approach, which is just not having music. Which I know that was not for like a aesthetic thing, they really just didn't have space, I swear to god. There's just no music in 90% of that game. I don't know why I gave it as high of a review that time. But this game is also part dating sim, and you can make the navigators love you to get different endings. Now, what about the story? The story is the most anime thing to ever anime. It's about two childhood best friends on opposite sides of a war, and one must kill the other. It's serviceable, but kind of seems to get really overly dramatic at the end, which is a bit odd considering this is a mech game shooting dating sim thing. I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't know Japanese. Overall, this game is just basically a 90s anime, and I just love the art in it. It's just really nice. Now let's get on to each level. You can choose levels 1 through 3 in any order and 4 through 6 in any order because the navigator love system or something according to Google. I don't know. I don't know Japanese. The first level is a colorful level that has great music and it introduces the main mechanics of flying, walking, and shooting. Also introduces the first navigator and how to get them. This level feels so open and free, you just want to look around, but you have a job to do. In this level, it's to destroy 4 things and defeat a boss. The mission isn't that hard and neither is the boss. It's an overall great first level. The second level is my favorite level in the game, as you might have guessed. It's just so nice to look at. It has the same objective as the first level, but they made it a bit harder of a shield generator. The level is a cityscape at night with rain and it looks like Cyberpunk, but on the Saturn. This level has signs of the navigator you can get in this level, and it's just a nice little detail that fleshes out the world. The boss is wonderfully designed and it's just so beautiful to look at. Too bad we have to kill it. And it really just fits the whole cyberpunk scheme of this entire thing. It's just so nice. But like the first boss, it's really easy. The third level shakes things up by having you defend a ship. It's really nice and shakes things up. It's also visually different by being made up of shades of orange and brown. Yay. But once you prevent everyone from dying a horrible painful death, you fight this... Okay, this is like too far. Like, the rest of these have very clear designs what they're meant to be, but I don't know what this boss is meant to be. It's kind of weird. It's pretty easy, but pretty fun. The fourth level is a stage in space. It begins to feel a bit like Star Fox, but this game is a bit better than Star Fox. Fight me. This level has you delivering bombs that need to be planted, but the enemies can shoot the bomb, so you have to be careful. It's not hard. The boss is a full-blown spaceship with you destroying sections of it to win. It's a bit harder than usual, but it's still really fun and kinda easy. The fifth stage is collecting ID cards and is mostly a walking stage. It's pretty fun, with you going from floor to floor. It's a nice level with a boss that turns into a spider. Kinda weird, but kinda fun. The sixth stage is a snow stage with you destroying some walker things and killing a boss. This level feels like an early game level, not end game level, so I don't really know why it's like this. But I do like the visuals and overall presentation of it. It just still feels like an early game level. The final stage feels like a maze, and it literally looks like your digestive tract when they show you like the map pop up, so it's kind of funny. It has a navigator that only appears if you've 100%ed the game, and it gives you like infinite ammo or something. The rest apparently do something, but I've never seen the other navigators do something because no one plays this game enough to actually know. This level ends with a boss rush that's kind of just there to whittle away health for the final boss, which is a massive mech, and it looks like that should be your playable character, but no, you have the tiny mech. No, don't feel sad. You're just a generic guy with a tiny mech. And you then kill the big mech and stop the evil bad guys. I don't know, I don't speak Japanese, and okay, you saved the day. This game is a really solid game, and I would suggest you try it out. It's basically a 90s version of Star Fox Zero, but actually good. The worlds felt real and fleshed out. It's a really nice game. Have a good day, and see you next time. Also, you know how I was complaining about the Japanese thing? There's an English translation. I don't know where to get it specifically. You can just Google it, because there's this thing called Google. You can Google /English translation project. I mean, they got in most of the game. I seriously, I couldn't be bothered to Google this. It's called I'm Lazy. I do have one question. Should I review Mr. Bones or Gex for my Halloween special? Because I don't know what to pick, and they both really fit the theming of weird Sega Saturn 3DO platformer thingies with spooky stuff. Answer your opinion in the comments below, because I really hope Mr. Bones wins, but you guys can choose Gex because Funny's got the Wazman.